Do you believe in serendipity? Have I got a story for you? Hey there, it's Grace. Welcome back to my channel. Special welcome if this is your first time visiting. Thank you very much. So, have I got a HongDiggity story for you today? I had not heard of these pens, HongDian, and the rabbit hole that came in front of me, it wasn't my fault. Rabbit hole presented itself, and I said yes, so I went down it. I just went down the rabbit hole. So about this case of serendipity, I recently celebrated a birthday and received this pen as a gift. What you don't know is that the day before I got it, I had actually put this exact same pen in my cart after all that rabbit holing I did. I didn't buy it. I just let it hang out in my cart for a bit. Who doesn't do that, right? Anyway, the next day I met my friend who gave me a gift bag, and in that bag was this flippin' pen. Same color and nib that I put in my cart the previous day. There were 4 colors to choose from and 2 nibs that she could get. And she got it in one, y'all. She got it in one. So yeah, serendipity. Okay, let's get to this unboxing, already unboxed pen. Let's just get to the overhead. This is the HongDian N23 pen. I'd never heard of HongDian before, and that's why I went down that rabbit hole, because I got to know all the things. Apparently the pen is treated with piano lacquer, you know, the one they put on keys, on piano keys, that's supposed to enhance the glossy finish. And the pen body is embossed with trees and flowers, but also 2 rabbits. So there's a rabbit here on the cap, and then there's a rabbit here on the barrel. I also cannot miss the beautiful hanging limbs. Look at that. Look at this one. Oh, so gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. In my research on Fountain Pen blog, he describes it as in the style of a Chinese brush and ink painting. And I think he's totally right. Okay, let's take a look at the nib. But before we do that, how many turns to take the cap off? Let's do just over 1 turn to take the cap off. Okay, let's look at this nib, because this is a different kind of nib. I'd not heard of it. It's called a long knife nib. There's that 3rd rabbit. And if you look at the nib, it is definitely got some extra stuff there that makes it so beautiful. And although I've never written with either nib, the nib is supposed to resemble an architect nib or chiseled nib. Those are the things. I've never heard of the chisel nib. So basically that's thick horizontal but thin vertical lines. And on that same blog, Rupert wrote, "This is not a nib designed to write lines of different thicknesses according to how steeply you hold the pen, but rather seems intended to write smoothly to accommodate different ways the pen might be held." I'm definitely okay with that. One thing that I did do when I first got the pen, I am not a person who posts pens, only if they are short. And I found that posting the cap, I felt I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to scratch up the embossing. So, how does it, yeah. It does feel a little bit short, but that's okay. Plus, I also didn't want to scratch up the threads in here, which are plastic. So yeah, let's get to writing a sample. Let me first ink it up. Okay, I've decided to use one of the new inks that came in January's ink flight. This is Colorverse Korea Special Dokdo. It's a beautiful, beautiful turquoise color. And I think it'll go well in here. One of the things I always say to people, I don't intentionally match the ink to the pen, but boy, is it coming out like I am all the time. I did not think that I would use this, but hey. Okay, let's see how this goes. Okay, that should be enough to start the process. As usual, we get ink all over the place. This is my Irreful notebook. It is where I have my ink flights, and I've decided to also put new pens in here as I sample a new one. So there we go. Alrighty, let's start writing. What are you up to, pen? Let's do some downstrokes. Ooh, see beautiful pooling of that ink. Nice shading happening. Alrighty, and the ink is, I love how it writes like a broad nib, most definitely. And the name of it is Dokdo. I made up a new pangram, so I'm going to use that today. Yep, what I wrote is, the job of pulling zippers quickly can be wonderfully exciting, because it makes sense. And you can see where some of that pooling shading happens here, and definitely there. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. This ink is really beautiful as well. Alrighty, let's get into the pen evaluation, shall we? But a quick heads up, I actually will be creating a video specifically about this pen evaluation, so it'll be handy for you and you just have to save it. The one evaluation I use for all the pens that the new to me pens that I receive. Stay tuned for that. Okay, let's get to the evaluation. First one up is uniqueness. Now, the uniqueness, I love, uniqueness is common to extraordinary. That's the idea of it. I love a different pen. I found that a lot, as I walked this journey of pen enthusiasts, I really love different pens. I do like regular pens. Like, I love my Leonardo. I love my TWSBI. I do like regular pens, but different pens intrigue me. So on uniqueness, this equals a 9, because that nib is intriguing me. The whole beauty of it is just gorgeous. Number 2 is ease of use. And the ease of use is about, is it easy or hard, like the filling, attention to design. Ease of use is just how easy is it to start using the pen. And this was fairly easy as a converter, so this also got a 9. The next one up is the feel in hand. And the thing I notice is, because I don't want to post it, I just don't want to ruin any of that. And if I saw a line there, I'd be so upset. The grip is a bit short. This area here could be a smidge longer, because I find that sometimes my hand, I have to move my hand back up because it slips and it goes into this concave bit that comes out there. No worries on that. I love the feel of the hand. I love that. I just love looking at the pen in my hand too as well. So the feel in hand, I'm gonna give this a 7. And the reason is because of that grip. I think it's a bit too short. It needs to be slightly longer for my hand to feel at ease using it. Okay, the next one up is the style. And the style is it a conservative pen or is it an opulent pen? Now, this, as I said, is a different type of pen for me. Others might find it regular. I find it just absolutely gorgeous. And not to mention, absolutely, this nib, a long knife nib, who knew? Who knew? And I think that's a name that HongDian came up with. I'm pretty sure. The pen is just beautifully simple. It is just a simple pen. There's no extra adornments on it, and it doesn't need it because of all that embossing. It doesn't shout. It's really simply elegant. I really do like the style of the pen, and I'm going to give that an 8.5. It's not necessarily a 9, and that the grip here makes it, kind of takes points away. The writing experience, is it scratchy or is it buttery smooth? And so far, I'm a person that likes buttery smooth. I prefer gliding over the surface. Feedback kind of gets to my ear a lot, and it also depends on the paper I use as well. I know that. The writing experience for this, you know what? I want to give it a 9. I'm going to give it a 9. And in my pen review, I usually review pens that I purchase about 5 months after I get it. This one I'm going to give it a 9. I don't think it'll change. I really enjoy this in this little bit here. I've really enjoyed writing with it, especially in my new Pangram. Okay, the value. If you know anything about the value, I don't generally give a value because I feel the value rating is about the overall pen, and I think in order to do that, I need to be using it a little bit more. I will be doing this. Will come in. There's a review of maybe 5 or 6 pens coming in February, so look for that. I'm not sure this will be one of them. Whoops, but maybe it will be. Maybe it will be. My review of the pens for months of use will all include the value. I will actually write the value in each one. Okay, so my initial thoughts. I like the pen. I like that it's different. I like that it's so different that I might want another one. Another one, I think the other nib they had was extra fine. I find that I'm not an extra fine. I'm a fine nib person, but extra fine is almost too fine. But I'm thinking I might want to try it in the extra fine, maybe that white or the red. So yeah, as I said, I tend to gravitate towards different pens, and this one is just really a beautiful instrument, absolutely beautiful instrument. It might be obscure to some, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video, so that you can see what the HongDian N23 is all about. I think I'll enjoy using this one. I really think I'll enjoy using this one. But the pen body, oh my God, I actually really love seeing the pen in my hand. I love witnessing all of that goodness, that all of that embossing. Alrighty. Don't forget to head over to my Ko-fi page to follow me over there to get updates on the pips, the pen and ink pairing sheets. And I'm also working on the info video that'll come out right before I make it available. And you'll see me on that video actually using them in action, plus telling you all about much more about them and why I created it. Alrighty, there you go. That is the HongDian N23. I like. Bye.